What's going on, everybody? Back again today to talk about something toy collectible related that pretty much the entire toy collector world is buzzing about. And that is the Hasbro Pulse or HasLab Galactus figure. This is a hot topic because it is clearly the greatest Marvel Legends figure that has ever been created. It is, beyond a doubt. The attention to detail, the sculpt quality, the paint quality, the articulation, posability, 20 points of articulation. For those of you who don't understand toy lingo, a point of articulation is a movable joint. It's a movable part on the figure. 20 points of articulation in each of its hands alone. That's like standard articulation level for a basic figure. And that's just in its hand. So, holy light up features. He's going to come with extra figures, possibly. Probably not, actually, now that I think about it. But, like, it's undeniable. This is the greatest Marvel Legends figure that's ever been created or teased or whatever the hell you want to call it. And because of that, because it is so great, and it's 32 inches tall, it's huge like Galactus should be, and because it is so great and so big and so nice, we immediately just want to go, yes, please, Hasbro, thank you. Like, just fucking thank you. No, guys, no. If you watch my recent video that I did with Zach, I show him, he likes the idea of toy collecting, but he has yet to really just kind of like bite the bullet and get into it. I just don't think he has the place, like the space for a big toy collection. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. The point is, I showed him the Galactus online. He took a look at it, and he admitted, like, this is an exceptional, like, collectible toy. Like, this is the centerpiece, the coup de grace, the holy grail of any Marvel toy collector's collection. But it is overpriced. There's a lot of people out there saying that it's not overpriced. But here's my thing about that. All the people out there who are saying it's not overpriced and that it's a good deal, take a look at their YouTube channel. If at any point on their YouTube channel, they have videos of them doing interviews with the Marvel Legends team at Hasbro, guess what? They're in league with Hasbro. That's what that means, guys. Like, let's not be morons here. If they are able to get those guys to come on their YouTube channel and do interviews, it clearly means that they are allied together. So, you know, they're not gonna build up this relationship with Hasbro and the team that builds Marvel Legends and makes Marvel Legends, the team that makes the toys. They're not gonna build that relationship up with them to where they're having them on as a guest on their channel and then not promote this figure. No, they're in league with those people. Which, I mean, I guess I can't judge too harshly. You know what I mean? It's like, you want to make your channel bigger and better. You want to grow it. You want to get to that level of popularity. I just will never, and I say this now, as a YouTuber with a whole 207 subscribers, I will never, ever compromise my opinion on something just for fame, glory, money, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to do it. I would love to have a YouTube channel that's big enough and great enough to have the Marvel Legends Hasbro team on here. But I would also like to reserve the right that once they come on the channel, I look them in the face and go, why in all fuckity fuck are you charging $400 for this thing? It's over. To give you guys a little bit of perspective, like, let's take a minute here. You know, turn your brains off. Turn the part of your brain that just loves toys, because I love them too. Turn that off for a second and think like a rational human being. Recently, Valve, the company that does Steam, the gaming service on PC, it's like the iTunes of video games, if you guys don't know. Pretty much everybody knows. But anyway, Valve, this gaming platform company for PC, they recently unveiled their new idea for a gaming console, I guess, and they're calling it the Valve Steam Deck. Basically what it is if you have a Nintendo Switch, you understand what it is. A Nintendo Switch, I have mine right here. It's Nintendo's handheld gaming system, but it can also be docked and like played on a TV. So it can swap back and forth between both. Valve, this PC gaming platform company, they're going to make something similar to this, except it's going to be like 3 times as powerful and 3 times as good. Whereas this can play more retro, older games or newer games that have taken serious graphical hits. This new Steam Deck that Valve is making is going to be able to play most modern games at a lower frame rate, yes, but like the fact is, let me put it to you this way. They're releasing 3 different variations of the Valve Steam Deck, which is it is essentially a handheld gaming computer. All right, they're releasing 3 variations of it. The cheapest one is $399. The most expensive one is $650. But let's think about that for a minute. The cheapest one, the base system with 64 gigabytes of memory, $399. That's the price of the HasLab Sentinel. One of them is a plastic toy with some light bulbs in it, and the other one is a handheld gaming computer. And they're being charged the same. Guys, turn your fucking brains on. Anyone who's saying like, oh, but they had think about all those movable parts. They had to make a separate mold for each one of those joints in the thing. Yeah, and you know what? We're talking about creating plastic molds. They went over to China or Taiwan where it was super cheap to do it, and they made the molds. And here's another thing, guys, that I want you to think about. Even if it did cost a lot to make the molds, they already made the molds. Clearly, we've seen the prototype of Galactus. They have it. Dwight Stahl has been on video holding it. So the molds are made. That money is spent. So, guys, please start realizing the power that we have here. They've already spent the money on the molds. If we just hold firm and say, guess what, motherfuckers? Here's the deal. You can either give us this toy at a reasonable price, we're talking like $250, or you guys can just kiss all that money that you spent to make the molds, you can kiss that goodbye. Now, that's not as viable of a plan because of one thing and one thing only. Here's the reason why. The number of backers that they are requesting for this project is 14,000. That's so fucking many. So many. And here's what, do they need 14,000 backers in order to make a profit off of this thing? Absolutely not. It's pure profit. They've already calculated that in the price, that it's going to be 100% profit, because they're only going to make as many as they have pre-orders for. There's not going to be any leftover stock sitting on shelves anywhere. So they're already guaranteeing 100% profit. The reason they made the backer amount so much is so that they could get away with not including extra shit. Like with the stretch goals, like 16,000 gets you this new Frankie whatever Nova Marvel Legend basic 6-inch figure. And beyond that, we'll get other probably Heralds of Galactus, Silver Surfer, Terrax, stuff like that. But here's the thing. It's got like 7 days, it's got a week left of this campaign. I don't think, we will maybe get to 16,000. Maybe. I really doubt it though. I really doubt it. We're struggling to reach the 14,000. But don't worry. That was all calculated by the people at Hasbro. They're going to make nothing but profit off of this thing at $400 a pop for what's essentially it's a very nice plastic toy, but it's a plastic toy with some light bulbs in it. That's it. That's all it is. And on the other hand, Valve is over here selling a handheld gaming computer for the same price. One of them is priced accurately, the other one is not. Turn on your brains and figure out which one it is. So yeah, Hasbro is just like, we're going to make 100% profit off of this for sure. I'm almost willing to bet that even if it does not reach 14,000, they're like I said, they already made the molds. So even if they don't reach their 14,000 backers, they're still going to produce the ones that have been pre-ordered. They're going to produce those and they're going to ship them out. Why? Because they want to collect the money. They want to collect the money. That's what are we at, like 12,000, maybe 13? What's 13,000 times 400? That's how much money they stand to rake in without having to give anyone anything extra because we didn't meet the stretch goals. Guys, this is not a good deal. It's not. I understand there's a lot of you out there who you don't want to just raise the middle finger and stick it to Hasbro on this because your mindset is, look, I'm just your basic average toy collector. I don't know how to build a Galactus toy like this, and I never will know how to build a Galactus toy like this. My only choice is, as a basic normal-ass toy collector person in the world, if I want to own a Galactus like this, my choices are pay Hasbro the $400 or I don't own one ever. That's it. And I really want to own one. So I'm just going to suck it down and pay the $400. You guys are morons. You're morons. Every single 12,000 and whatever of you are morons. Hold firm. Plant your feet. It's like Captain America said, or Peggy Carter, Sharon Carter, whatever the fuck her name was in Civil War. She said, someone tells you to move, plant your feet, look them in the eye and say, no, you move. That's exactly what we should have done, what you guys should have done here. I have no doubt that we could have pressured them. No doubt, because like I said, they spent the money on the molds already. The molds are made. We know that. So you guys are morons. If you would have just held firm and planted your feet and just, you think that they're not monitoring people's YouTube channels and, you know, Reddit and shit like that? Of course they are. If we would have just held firm, planted our feet, held firm, not backed this, and then in the meantime on social media, Reddit, YouTube, everywhere, just preached, lower the price, lower the price, they would have done it. They would have lowered the price and they probably would have lowered the backer amount. There is no way that this plastic toy with some light bulbs in it costs as much to make as a handheld gaming computer. There's not. That doesn't, guys, turn your brains on. Holy shit. Believe me, I want one. I want a HasLab Galactus. But fuck, and to be honest, I could afford it. I could afford it. My wife already said she would, like, in terms of me putting it on a credit card and paying it off with the interest, or her just loaning me the $400 and I pay her back over the course of a few months with zero interest. She already said she'd loan me the money if I really want to do it and I really want the Galactus. But I'm trying to be I'm trying to, like I said, turn my brain on and not be a moron here. This is not a good deal. It's not a good deal. And not only that, the first stretch goal, Frankie fuckface Nova, what a basic ass figure. Are you kidding me? After how hard to find the Walgreens Silver Surfer was, you're not going to give the people shelling out $400 for an overpriced figure? You're not going to at least give them a Silver Surfer? Fuck, man. And in case there are any of you thinking like, okay, well, here's what I'll do. I'll buy it, but if it comes in the mail and I realize that I really, you know, it wasn't really worth the money and I really don't want it and I should sell it, I can always just put it on eBay and get my $400 back. No, you fucking won't. No, you won't. Because here's the thing. Anyone who wants to buy it at $400 is buying it for $400 right here on the computer right now for the crowdfunding project. No one, and no one wants to buy it for more than $400. People barely want to buy it for the $400 price. So if you're thinking you're going to put it on eBay in the aftermarket later and get your money back or make a profit in any way, you're wrong. It's not going to happen. Everyone who can afford a $400 Galactus figure and wants a $400 Galactus figure is getting it now in this campaign. So there's not going to be an aftermarket for these things. Sure, there's going to be people who still want one and were not able to afford it, but they weren't able to afford it. They weren't able to afford the $400 price from HasLab. So what makes you think they're going to be able to afford your $400 or higher price on eBay? No, they're not going to want to. Everyone that can afford to pay $400 for a Galactus and wants to is already doing it online right now. So if you buy this thing, it's yours. You're not going to get your money back. You will take a hit. You will take a loss. All right. You might be able to put it on eBay for half the price, but you're still like, that's like, you know, $250, and then you'll sell it in the aftermarket. but you just took $150 to $200 loss and got nothing for it. So, it's a bad deal, guys. This is a really bad deal. This thing should have been about $250 total price. The Sentinel was also overpriced. They all are. Like, I'm not buying this bullshit. I'm not buying it. It costs someone who has the HasLab Sentinel, please find the made in China or made in Taiwan stamp on it and upload a video showing that. There's no fucking way there's no fucking way this price is justified. It's just not. Not when a handheld gaming computer, the likes of which we've never seen, a piece of technology, the likes of which we've never seen before. The closest thing we've ever seen to it is the Switch, and this thing is supposed to be better. So a handheld gaming computer, the likes of which we've never seen before, is also selling for $400. That means that this plastic toy with some shiny light bulbs in it, it's overpriced. It's overpriced, all right? It 100% is. That's just the way it is. It's overpriced. I don't understand. I guess the Sentinel the Sentinel campaign was so successful that Hasbro and Marvel just decided to be like, well, fuck it, let's quadruple down on this shit and make some real profits. Fuck, man, this is ridiculous. And look, I'm not blaming Todd McFarlane at all, but he was kind of the first one to start this whole shindig thing off with his Spawn Kickstarter figure campaign. Only difference is that was a good deal. Minimum donation of $40, and it got you one figure, whether you wanted the classic Spawn, the modern Spawn, the unpainted one. But yeah, the minimum donation was $40, and it got you one figure. And I did it, and the figure's fantastic. Well painted, well sculpted, highly detailed. The packaging is great. It comes with a rare, unique comic book. Like, it's worth $40 for sure. It's worth more than $40. So that was a good crowdfunding project. Hasbro and Marvel are now just using the whole crowdfunding. It's also kind of a niche exclusive thing, you know? It's like, ooh, get it while you can. Be one of the select few that can get one of these. It's exclusivity. It's meant to work on weak-brained people. People who are easily susceptible to bullshit like this. I'm telling you guys, don't fucking watch. If you think I'm wrong, let's do it. Don't let this thing reach 14,000 backers. Don't let it reach 14,000 backers and see if they still produce it. See if they still produce it for those who backed it. Because if they do, if this reaches less than 14,000 backers by the end and they still produce it, that means that they were full of shit about that. So who knows what else they were full of shit about. They're either going to do that or they're going to extend the campaign. They're not, but there is no way in all fuck that this thing is not going to reach 14,000 by August 30th, and then they're just going to do, oh, well, we don't make Galactus. We paid to have the molds made. We built the prototype. We teased it, did all this advertising, marketing. We went on people's YouTube channels and talked about it. We did all this shit, but it didn't reach 14,000, so we're not making them. No, 400 times 12,000. That's the minimum amount of money they would make in as of right now. Probably more, actually. I'm pretty sure it's up to like 13. But I'm telling you guys, even if it doesn't reach 14,000 backers, it's still getting made, which means they're full of shit, which means we could have called them on their shit, pushed them into a corner, backed them into a corner, and forced them to meet our demands rather than us meet theirs. Oh my God. It's like, I've talked about this endlessly on this channel. People, you gotta understand that when the creator companies, whether they're making a movie, a game, a comic book, TV show, toy, it doesn't matter. When they're making a product, if you don't like the product, we are allowed to go, hey, creators, change it. Change it. But you guys seem to think that, no, that's not our role. We don't have the right to do that. They're the creators. We're not. We just have to take what we're given and shut the fuck up. No, we're the ones with the fucking money. Think about that. They already built the molds for Galactus. I've said that a million times already in the video. If we didn't back this thing, they'd be shit out of luck. They'd have to come up with another fucking plan. We have the power to back them into a corner and make them submit to our demands. Why the fuck we don't do that, I don't know. It's because you people are it's because so many of you are fucking weak-willed people. You see this really cool Galactus and you just, the fear of never owning that gets the better of you. But what if we try to back them into a corner and they don't cave in? Then I'll never have my fucking 32-inch Galactus. Oh, you poor fucking thing. You don't get then you don't get a 32-inch Galactus. But I really want one. Find something else in life to love. That's my advice on that subject. Find something else in life to love as much as you would have loved that 32-inch Galactus. There's plenty of shit out there. There's plenty of people out there. Like, Jesus fuck, seriously. Anyway, that's my rant on the HasLab Galactus. I don't think it's worth the money. It's clearly overpriced. When you have a handheld gaming computer, the likes of which the world has never seen, technologically, it's a technological marvel by today's gaming platform standards. And it's selling, one of those models of it is selling for $400. And then over here, you've got a really posable plastic toy with some light bulbs in it. And we're supposed to believe that it's the same price? Get the fuck out of here. Wake up, people. Turn your fucking brains on. Anyway, that's my rant on that. Let me know what you guys think. Leave some comments below. Get a discussion started. If you like what you saw here, please hit the like button. Check out some of my other videos. Subscribe to the channel maybe. And other than that, I will see you guys next time.